Welcome to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football here on WYLN. And as always, it's brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton, your orthopedic and sports medicine partner. I'm your host, Marty Burns. A lot to get to. It's playoff time. The Cougars are going to have that much anticipated home game in Harmon Guy Stadium Friday night at 7 in a rematch against the Wolfpack against Wilkes-Barre area. A couple of things that we want to mention before we get too far along in the show. You can only get tickets online, and they can be purchased at PIAAD2.org. It's PIAAD2.org, and you can purchase your tickets online for Friday night's game between Wilkes-Barre area and Hazleton area. And if you don't want to get the tickets, we are going to be there. We will be live at Harmon Guy Stadium Friday night at 7 for the rematch between the Wolfpack and Cougars here on WYLN. But we've got a lot to go to, including the regular season finale victory and Wyoming Valley Conference Championship against Williamsport. We'll talk to head coach Dennis Bookman right after this.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
Having a trusted local healthcare partner who knows you and keeps you well is vital. Lehigh Valley Health Network's Vital Choice program is a free wellness program for greater Hazleton area residents ages 60 plus who like having choices in healthcare. Vital Choice gives you access to your choice of doctors, your choice of healthcare services, and free and discounted fitness, wellness, and social benefits without limiting you to one insurance provider. Learn more at lvhn.org/vitalchoice or call 501-7444.
You know, at Blaze Alexander, we understand that individuals win trophies, but teams win championships. From sales
to service,
from maintenance
to major service,
from Mazda to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram to Buick GMC. Good credit or bad, we got your back. So like I said, it takes a team. If you're in the market for a car, stop to the Great Alexander team at Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, and we're taking the deals. The other guys won't.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Imagine how inconvenient your life would be without power. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with a Generac home standby generator, you will have power when you need it most. Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted.
The Wire Guys, 1338 North Church Street, Hazel Township, 570-459-3345, and visit us at homewireguys.com.
Welcome back to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football here on WYLN. And as always, it's brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton, your orthopedic and sports medicine partner. I'm your host, Marty Burns, joined once again by Hazleton area head football coach Dennis Bookman. And Coach, before we even talk about the victory over Williamsport, you ended up securing, which we talked about as a goal, a Wyoming Valley Conference Championship. How big is it to say Wyoming Valley Conference champion Hazleton area Cougars?
It's so incredible. I mean, first of all, I'm so proud of our players, our coaches, everyone who's affiliated with our program, everybody who follows us and supports us. It's truly from the bottom of my heart, appreciated, and, I love our kids. I love this program. To say that we're champions of any kind, and especially Wyoming Valley Conference Division I champions, is truly special. First championship in our program in over 11 years. It was certainly earned on Friday night, and I told our guys that's what makes it even more incredible, because it's hard to win football games. It's even harder to win championship football games, and we were able to persevere on Friday, and I'm just elated and can't think of a better group than Team 30 to bring a championship home to Hazleton area.
And I think Friday night, the impression that I was left with after reading about the game, So often we talk about, and I think the last couple of weeks maybe we got talking a little bit too much about the offense and the numbers that your offense was putting up. The weather played a factor, and maybe not the offensive game that you would have hoped for from your team. But some nights the offense will carry you to victory, but some nights defense, and your defense came up big in the fourth quarter to preserve that 14-11 victory.
Absolutely. We talk about it every road game together here, that defense has to travel. When you're on the road, it's so important, especially the schedule that we play. And our defense, time and time again, came up with big stops and big plays, created turnovers early on. Our special teams as well with a blocked field goal, and gave us some tremendous field position, to be able to have some of those early drives. It was a true three-phase football game. We talk about complementary football, and when you have your defense playing as physical as we were and as fast and violent as we were, one of our biggest goals 2 years ago when we were hired was to make sure that we changed the mentality defensively first before anything else, because to me that's Hazleton area football, and that's the way that you have to play in the Wyoming Valley Conference and District 2. And we certainly did that on Friday night. As you said, we played in some weather for sure, especially that second half. Our defense though made plays time and time again, complementary football with the special teams, which we've done such a tremendous job. And then offensively, when we needed some drives, at the end of the game, we got the ball with 7:29 left. We were able to keep the football. We had some truly big plays by some big playmakers, and our offensive line did a great job there. It was a true team win, and I think that's what made Friday night so special. You can't just point to one guy or a group of guys. It was a collective team effort, and that's what our program's about.
And let's get set and take a look at the highlights that brought Hazleton area the Wyoming Valley Conference Championship. We start with Matthew Casadas with a first down catch.
Absolutely. This is our first drive here. Matthew Casadas, great catch, and being able to get north, get his shoulder down for a first down here. Once again, as I said, on our first drive of the football game.
And so often you got to look at all the weapons you have, and here Tyler Wolf with a run.
Absolutely. We get pressure immediately in the A gap. Tyler Wolf, another third down conversion. So we're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on our first two that were presented on our first drive.
And here we get a run from Matthew Bookman.
Great job by our offensive line. Matthew Bookman getting north immediately. Matt Casadas makes that play go in the orbit motion as well. Tremendous job there.
And if you don't know this by now, fans, coach's favorite play, Team D.
So here we go now. We were able to flip the field with our first offensive possession. Our defense came out and just did a tremendous job on their first series. We had a great play there that pinned Williamsport back in their own end zone.
And here Matthew Bookman gets it to the 1.
Great job here once again. Matt Bookman, our offensive line, being able to work together on a string. We have the ball now, first and goal.
And here we get a look at the Cougar touchdown, and we'll look at it twice.
Great job here, and you see some of the selflessness that we talk about in our program. First of all, once again, with our protection, Connor Shamani does a great job on his dig route to pull the corner, and Matt Casadas on his drag route here on the shallow, pulling this outside backer, which leaves the boundary open for Matthew Bookman to score here.
And you like it from that angle where you saw Tyler Wolf fake the middle and then go outside to Matthew.
Absolutely.
And another play we'll look at twice, Kayvon Minor causes a fumble.
Talk about our defense. We just score. We immediately create a turnover here. And we've talked about this all year. Once the ball's on the ground or we make an interception, it turns into an immediate offensive play. You see all these white hats running downfield to try to get blocks to allow us to be able to get a great return off the fumble as well.
And get a look at your second touchdown. Wolf to Connor Shamani.
The conditions we talked about on Friday night, we're only able to get the end zone view here, but it's all you need to see. What a route by Connor Shamani to get behind the corner and safety here. Tyler Wolf does a great job throwing the ball up for Shamani to make a play. Touchdown Cougars.
And we'll look at it one more time, and Connor's having one of those great years that rank up there with some of the best in Hazleton area program history.
Absolutely, and it's a credit to his teammates that he has around him and his constant work ethic and the drive that he has to be able to succeed.
And some more Team D from the guys in white.
You just see so many white shirts here, being able to attack the ball. As I said, we played fast, physical, and violent on Friday night.
Ramon Abreu with the sack. We'll look at it twice.
Raymond was all over the field, on both sides of the ball. He was somebody who was an immediate energy starter for our team. You could tell he had that urgency that seniors need at this time of the year. Tremendous job here by Raymond Abreu, and then a couple guys coming in to clean it up at the end.
Another play we'll look at twice, Ryan Matthews with a tackle for loss.
What a great job of being able to time the blitz here. We got into a little bit of a stack look defensively, and with this, it caused some confusion for Williamsport. We were able to immediately shoot the B gap, and a great job by Ryan Matthews here to be able to finish the tackle on a 3rd and 3.
And in case you've heard it before, we'll see it twice. Another tackle for loss by Ryan Matthews.
Number 10, he just continues to get better and better. The transition he's made from outside backer to inside backer this year is truly remarkable. Him and Kayvon patrolling the inside. We talked about it before. We're so excited because not only do we have these guys this year, we have them next year as well.
And here we get some pass coverage defense.
Great job here once again by Connor Shamani to squeeze tight to the back hip. He T-steps, and Kayvon Cortrado there getting the pressure off the edge.
We've seen this young man a lot. We'll look at it twice. The field goal block by Trayvon Corchado.
Trey, what a job here. This is the last play of the first half. Trey makes a tremendous play here. We see some other guys inside that are able to create some pressure as well, and that gave us so much momentum going into the half, up 14-3.
And we go back to the defensive side and we get a sack.
Absolutely. We talk about the relentless motor that we have. Chris Sachs sniffs out the screen there, who truly makes that sack and does a tremendous job.
And some more, Team D.
We say it time and time again that a player's commitment to his teammates on the defensive side of the ball is where he is when that whistle blows, and we see a lot of guys around the football.
And here a pass breakup by Matthew Casadas.
Great play here once again by Matty, being able to squeeze tight to the hip. Matt Bookman, who's that over-top player at safety, allows us to be able to be clean in our coverage.
And another hard run from Matthew Bookman.
Absolutely. We talked with each one of our backs of being able to continue to get north.
Mitchell Maston with a nice tackle.
He's had some pretty big TFLs the last few weeks here. A lot of solo tackles, another one there by Mitchell Maston.
And some more team defense.
This may have been the defensive play of the second half here. We knew this reverse was coming. And once again, you talk about 1, 2, 3. There's 8 defensive players right there around the football, which created a huge loss there for Williamsport.
We've talked about your chunk plays. Here's one that goes 28 yards.
And this is tough too. You can't tell on the film, but the way that the rain was starting to drive down, Connor Kundrat, what a catch there. What a throw by Tyler Wolf.
And another hard run by Matthew Bookman.
This year now, Connor Kundrat came into the game and did a wonderful job of being able to close the game out per se. And as you see, we gave him the football back-to-back plays. He stopped at about 3 yards to go for a first down, continues to drive his legs, gets a big first down for us.
And Tyler Wolf with a first down run.
This is a 4th down play here that secures this game. Tyler Wolf, he feels pressure from his front side, able to deviate from the pocket. This is a title clinching run here, and you see the excitement there. That's what makes our team so special as well. And we were looking at that today, and we told the kids, you see Connor Shamani throwing his hands up in excitement. You see, the energy from the sideline, the passion, and I just can't be more proud of everyone who's affiliated with our program. And it felt so nice, to not only win a championship, but to win it for these kids who've worked so hard. They've committed so many hours, and we talk about trust, love, and commitment in our program, and to see those things paying off now, I'm just so proud.
And we talked about during the highlights, and we saw it on that very last play. We talk about how teams have to defend, and there's so many weapons out there, whether it's Bookman running the football, Kundrat running the football, Matthews running the football, or the passing game with Shamani, Casadas, Price. You could go down the line. And then all of a sudden now we're seeing Tyler Wolf again run the football. It has to be a defensive coach's nightmare to face your offense.
It's something that we don't have the success that we've had this year in all 3 phases, once again, without the selflessness from our team, because it truly doesn't matter to everyone who's affiliated with our team who scores, who touches the ball. We want to be able to make plays, and we know that the ball finds energy. So, I mean, certainly on offense, we understand we have an allotment of weapons. And, you know, we talk about, too, those guys can't make plays in space and do the things they're doing if we haven't progressed the way we have up front as well. And we talked to Leo last week about kind of those unsung heroes, and you know, we always want to make sure that we're given the credit up front too, and our skill guys do a tremendous job of building up our offensive linemen as well, because we understand the magnitude of what it means to be able to be successful, and especially be successful up front. So I mean, there's so many guys who are doing their part. They're trusting in the scheme and the system, and you know, at the end of the day, we talk about it, you know, big time players make big time plays in big time games, and we see that time and time again from our guys.
And I think the other thing to touch on with the selflessness part, we see it so often, and maybe not the big hero, but so often, week after week, we're seeing a different guy step up and have a big game.
Sure, absolutely. And, you know, we talk about Connor Kundrat, and you know, he couldn't have come back at a better time. We would have loved him to be there all year, but when he came back, he was an immediate spark plug for us, because not only did it create another dimension for us in all three phases, it's now created more competition. And we feel to be a successful program, we want to drive competition, because competition is going to bring out the best in all of us. So, you know, having those elements and be able to replicate that Monday through Thursday only allows us to make Fridays more successful.
And before we get to our guest, Wyoming Valley Conference Championship, you've gotten your other goal. You're getting a home playoff game one more time at Harmon Guy Stadium for your Cougar team. But I heard it as you came through our crowded hallways more than once. There's still more work to do. You know, we just can't settle on getting that home game. We want to move on.
Absolutely. We talk about well-managed success in our program. And what that means to us is, you know, there are times when you lose a football game, the environment's a little somber, people work harder, you lift a little bit more, you watch film a little bit more intently. But what those elite and successful programs do is, even when they win and they have success, they're hungry for more. Yeah. And they make sure that they do the little things so they're not too little to do the big things when they present themselves. So we're so thankful for what we've done this far in the season, but we know we have so much more work to do, and it starts with a tremendously talented football team in Wilkes-Barre coming to Harmon Guy Stadium on Friday night.
And we'll talk about that rematch with the Wolfpack a little bit later, but coming up next, our special guest, he wears number 28 and he's back. It's Connor Kundrat.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Bar Bush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Bar Bush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571. Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328. Two Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton, has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783. Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
Sacco Chiropractic, East Broad Street in Hazleton, has the healthcare you've been waiting for. Whether it's a chronic issue or something new, Sacco Chiropractic has the most up-to-date techniques and therapies to help with any ailment. From his days of playing football with the Cougars and then in college, Dr. Scott Sacco has an elite understanding of sports injuries and how to correct them. Whether you are an athlete, a weekend warrior, or a grandmother, we can help with multiple issues. Call today to see why relief is super, man. 570-497-4150.
2020, it was certainly challenging, but now there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is certainly bright. Enjoy our world-renowned water parks, classic resorts, breathtaking views, fabulous food. 2021 has arrived. We are back better than ever. Let's enjoy it. Find your enjoyment waiting at PoconoMountains.com.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Welcome back to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football here on WYLN, and it's brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton, your orthopedic and sports medicine partner. I'm Marty Burns. In the middle, we got head football coach Dennis Bookman, and to my far right, number 28, Connor Kundrat. And Connor, thanks a lot for joining us this week.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Coach, we've talked so much. You haven't had Connor a lot of this season, but what does he bring to this program?
He brings so much. You think of tough, resilient, the adversity he's had to go through early on in the season of, not being out there with his teammates. He was somebody that was, approached with that adversity, and he had 2 choices. He either could face it head on or run for it, and we knew exactly what Connor Kundrat would do. He's there every day, was there every day at practice, would go to therapy and show up to practice immediately after. He charted the defense on Friday nights. He was constantly looking to improve mentally with the football game, and as we saw, as soon as he came back last week against Valley West, it was an immediate boost of energy for our team, and I couldn't be happier that the success now Connor's having. I love him. I'm so proud of him, and we're excited that he's here with us now for this run.
Now, Connor, you never wish injury upon anybody, but to come in at such a late stage, do you feel like maybe you're fresh, you got those fresh legs that maybe some of these guys that you're playing against may not have that have been playing a full season?
I do. I mean, now, we all prepare about the same probably, but being able to come in later in the season, I feel like I have a lot of energy that I could help the team out, and we all work together, so our success is all because we work as a team. And
to find yourself in there now, all of a sudden, another weapon that Tyler Wolf and this offense can use coming out of the backfield. Just talk about getting yourself acclimated to, you've been at every practice, you've seen everything, but now you're stepping in. How's that process been for you, especially in the running game?
It's been fun, really. I love contact. It's great hitting people. And I feel like the team has really helped me a lot getting back into the swing of things and really helping me along through this whole process.
Defensively on Friday night, he played rush end, played inside linebacker, outside linebacker, and played safety in some of our different coverages. So he was all over the field on Friday night on both sides of the ball, and it's just a tremendous asset to have when you have somebody who not only could play the game physically, but grasps so much mentally as well.
And those 4 positions goes along with, I like to hit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. But just talk about it, another opportunity where you've watched for most of the year to step into those different positions. To me, I would think that'd be very hard, but just talk about your transition when you're going from one position to another.
The coaches do a really good job of making sure that I know where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do. And being at practice those 8 weeks that I was out and just watching all the positions and how they function, it just really helped me get back.
And we talked about defense. We'll switch back to offense quickly. We talked about you in the running game, but the other thing that's really been a key part to this offense is being able to swing out of the backfield and catch the football. Talk about how you've been able to work with Tyler. I don't know how much you got in on the off season, but then, as you mentioned, the 8 weeks not playing, getting back in there to get acclimated with Tyler.
Yeah, me and Tyler talk. We're friends in school and out of school on the football team. Being able to do many things like that, run the ball and go out and for passes and stuff, me and Tyler have really gotten close throughout this season.
And we'll let you be the one to speak about it as a player. We've talked about it all season long, how the season goes so fast to get that one more home game that you guys targeted in the first Friday of November to play out one more time at Harmon Guy Stadium as a team.
It's amazing. Being able to get one more home game with my family, it's just a great feeling.
Coach, I love it. Family.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Connor, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
this
you
week.
for
Best of
having me.
luck Friday against Wilkes-Barre area, and hoping for a long run here.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about the Wolfpack coming up next.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Welcome back to Sports Talk, and Coach, got a little bit over 2 minutes left. We talked about you're getting that home game at Harmon Guy Stadium. Now the matter of fact is the rematch with the Wolfpack. It's always said it's so much harder to beat a team a second time, especially within the matter of 3 weeks.
Absolutely, and especially when we're talking about talented Wilkes-Barre team who's tremendously coached by Coach Cynthia and the staff, and you talk about all the dynamic playmakers they have in the backfield and on the edges. They play team defense. They're very well coached on that side of the ball as well. It's a really good football team. The advantage we have is we are at home, and that's so important for us this year. That was one of our goals, was to ensure that we were able to play in front of our home fans at least one time in the playoffs, and we're able to give ourselves that opportunity this Friday night.
And I'm sure as you get to that game, it's a team effort where you're going to be looking at those seniors that this is probably their last time.
Absolutely. It's certainly the last time that we'll be able to wear those scarlet jerseys at the Den at Harmon Guy Stadium, and especially for those seniors. So it's really going to be special. I told our players to enjoy the preparation throughout the week, because that's what makes the Friday special. And we're planning on a very special night on Friday night at Harmon Geist.
And we want to remind the fans that if you want to come to the game Friday night at Harmon Guy Stadium, you can only purchase them online, PIAAD2.org, PIAAD2.org. And if you don't want to go online and get the tickets, you can watch it here on WYLN. We'll be at the game Friday night, live at 7 between the Wolfpack and the Cougars. So just a couple of reminders for the fans at home. Either make it out to Harmon Guy Stadium, but you got to do it online, or you can watch it here on WYLN. Coach, new season. Hoping for a 1-0 start.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Go Cougars.
Go Cougars.
Perfect. Everybody's following in line, Coach. So for Connor Kundrat, for head coach Dennis Bookman, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. Join us next week as we go over the Wilkes-Barre area game and hopefully talk about a District 2 6A championship game next Friday. You've been watching Sports Talk, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton, your orthopedic and sports medicine partner.